right, and we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. Today we got my homeboy here, Delane from Travel Relations here. No reservations. I'm sorry, no reservations. He's been on the channel here before. We're gonna have a really good show for you guys today. We'll talk about relationships, what he thinks about the passport bro ideology, and amongst other things as well, man. So we're gonna be right back. Appreciate you coming through with us in a second. 1 second.
Network now. All right, man. Look, I don't know, y'all missing out, man. Look, if you want any information, if you want to be a part of a community, be a part of like a brotherhood, man, and people watch out for you, whereas entrepreneurs, YouTubers, or anything you really want to get into, man, y'all need to download that app, man. Passport Bros.
Only Passportbro app, download it, BMC, dropping a platform for everybody to be social on. So get that, copy that.
All right, man. It's your boy Average Man Unplugged. Make sure you hit the Passportbro app. We got all our content on there. We got our own network now, you guys, all right? So go check that out, man. Passportbro app. Make sure you download
it. All right. We are live, family. Welcome to another show, man. I got my man No Reservations in the building. What's good with you, brother?
What's good? What's happening? Like the setup.
Appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it, man. So tell us what's going on. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I've been I've caught your lives in a while, but I noticed you got the new setup, man.
Yeah, man. Got the new setup, got the new Passport Bros t-shirts, Passport Bros hats. Make sure you guys check it out, man. Everybody's loving the hats as well. It's available, link in the description. And of course, you know we got the app, man. So make sure to check all that good stuff out. But man, I'm glad to have you on the show, bro. We haven't done a show since probably
2 years, probably when I was in Rio.
Yeah, 2021, bro. So Delane's been rocking with me for when I had maybe 6,000 subs or something like that, 7,000 subscribers or something.
Just about, yeah. That's when I found you.
Yeah, man, we had some legendary shows actually when I come to think about it, because you was actually, now I think about it, I don't know who was first. You can explain it, because you was doing like the shows with the girls and everything. So did you get that from Fresh and Fit, or did Fresh and Fit get that from you? Even though you had more of a travel spin on it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I definitely got it from other content creators.
Okay.
I just wanted to put my spin on it. You know, at the time when we did it, I was on Foreign Strategies, and I had a partner, and I just wanted to put a spin on it. You know, I wanted to create a solution-based channel where, you know, there's plenty of spaces where you can see girls getting kicked out of studios and stuff like that. But I wanted to stick to my integrity, and I wanted to show something more positive, more solution-based. I mean, not everyone is going to come on and be super traditional and you can just take them off the assembly line, wife them. But for the most part, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be like kind of like you're a fly on the wall. It's a party. You know what I mean? It's comedy, and the way me and my co-host, it's just like us hanging out, you know, kind of like date atmosphere, just pre-party show, you know what I mean?
Okay. So just real quick, what's the difference between the channel now, No Reservations, and Foreign Strategies? Like, why'd you rename the channel?
Well, Foreign Strategy was more, I ain't gonna lie, man. We didn't really know what we were doing.
Okay.
We didn't have really an intention. We just was like, I guess this is kind of how the other content creators came up with their ideas. So we were just like, all right, we're on a date. We seen other people do it. Let's do it. And we just slap things together. But I think now I have more intention on this channel, No Reservations. I'm still gonna have the girls, like every week we have ladies' night. But I curtail the questions so I can get information out of them. So it's kind of like you get into education, but it's also entertainment. You know, most of the time I'm not dating any of the girls. Like we were bringing girls on, we were dating. And you know, for the most part, that can be muddy waters. You know what I mean? Because, but for the most part, it's platonic. Girls I bring on are platonic, and it's a different type of conversation now. Like we're talking about the things that's not the things that's portrayed in the media in America, right? But we
Mhm.
don't know those perspectives, those myths. So it's kind of intentional. I want to whatever people like. For example, we had a girl from the favelas. She was a model.
Mhm.
I went to
Mhm.
the mall and I asked her, I was like, "Hey, I saw. Did you know that you were in a mall?" And she was like, "No, I didn't know I was in a mall." And she spoke multiple languages,
Mhm.
Portuguese, English, and she was learning French. And she had a lot of sophistication in class, and it blew me away. It was almost like a culture shock to myself, even though I visited Brazil.
Mhm.
So for somebody that don't know nothing about Brazil, and for them to see that, they were like, "Wow, she's from the favelas." I thought they were impoverished or
Mm.
like whatever image they had, because you know how the media and the U.S. portrays certain countries.
Mhm.
They have their
Mhm.
narrative. So I basically No Reservations is a platform for people in different countries to shine light on their country and the way they want it, right?
Okay, so basically, you was kind of just spelling that third world,
Yes.
uneducated,
Yeah.
walking around in flip flops in the favelas, thing. You kind of was dispelling that with your channel.
Yeah, on the No Reservations channel, it's more about
Mhm.
those conversations. On the foreign strategies,
Mhm.
just flying by the seat of our pants, having conversations about dating, like dating
Mhm.
dynamics, dating sexual dynamics. Uh
Man, you know what? That's interesting, man. Because I would think that that would blow up so much more because there are it's so many podcasts and shows that do the gender war. Or I don't know if we want to call it the gender war, but the
yeah,
them trying to explain why they would want a traditional woman to do a legacy. Like it's always this explanation of men trying to explain to women of why they should be like this, more like their grandmothers and the previous generation of women. And it kind of go through one ear out the other because those previous generations of women didn't have OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? They might be doing the same thing that these girls were doing, but
right.
technology, social media has totally 100% changed the landscape. So it is very refreshing when you come and do your show and you meet some foreign women that might have some of those traditional values that a lot of men are seeking.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm creating a segment called Ladies Night where it's gonna be not just myself, it's gonna be the women on there and they're gonna have their conversations. It's
Mhm,
kind of like you're hanging out with getting a fly on the wall and you're seeing all women talk when they have a sleepover. What are those
mhm,
talks like, right? So you're diving into that. But I
mhm.
also wanna have women on and guys can come in the chats and they can shoot their shots. I mean, they see something they like. I ask women, hey, what do you look for in a man? And the guy that's watching from the States or whatever the case may be, like for example, date nights is gonna be tonight,
So that's
17.
that's the thumbnail for the night, right? That's the show for the night.
Yeah, that's the show for the night. It's
Mhm,
No Reservations date nights. I'm gonna be hosting the show. That's not gonna be ladies' night. So the idea is that
mhm,
like maybe it's 4 or 5 girls. I try to do more, but the bandwidth is a little tight.
mhm.
And we just, we ask normal dating questions, but it's also a chance to just talk about their like Fortaleza, Recife, different places that's
So
normally.
all these are Brazilian women that speak English.
Yeah, man. Like I had a
Wow,
lot of
wow.
yeah, man. Let me tell you, man, a lot of these women, they speak 3, 4 languages.
Mhm,
I run into trilingual, quadrilingual, if that's even a word. They speak more languages than I do,
mhm.
So
You
it's
know, you know what? That's so true, man. Because I remember when I was in Thailand and we was in this, this little smoke shop or whatnot, and it was just me and a couple of other Russians. Well, two Russians and a Russian Thai or Russian Japanese mixed chick, right? And they all spoke English, but of course they're speaking their native tongue, Russian, more so. They kind of like mixing in. Out of respect, they're speaking English to me. But then the question was asked, it was just like, hey, Aaron, how many languages do you speak? Because they all spoke like 3, 4 languages, right? And
yeah,
I'm sitting here like, I speak one, I speak a little Spanish, you know what I'm saying? And it was
right.
just so embarrassing to me. That's when I said, you know what? I'm moving back to Colombia. I'm locking it down. I'm learning a different language because I don't know what it is about the American educational system why we don't take our languages so seriously. Because I guess because we like everything, not everything, but a lot of countries around the world. pretty much adapt to English, right? Like the
Right.
second language in a lot of other countries is English. So
Right.
every country I've been in, you will find people that speak some type of English because it's such a dominant language. Let's just be real, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
maybe
that's
that's why the educational system doesn't really focus. But what I do realize is the fact that they're learning these languages way earlier than we get introduced to like learning languages, and I think that helps a lot because they're learning English when they're 5, 6, 7 years old.
exactly. You know, I've been actually, you know, you guys call it the big three, right? I haven't been in the big three until 2 years ago. But I've been traveling for 10 years. And what I noticed is that in the commonality is that when you go to places like Scandinavia, they learn languages when they're 5, 6, 7, whatever the case may be. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very important in their education for them to keep up with the, as you could say, the Joneses, to know English because it's a
Mm-hmm.
very important language to learn. You know, it's just good
Mm-hmm.
for business. You know what I mean?
It's
Um,
it's the it's the it's the financial. America's the financial capital of the world, basically.
right, right. Like you know,
Mm-hmm.
English, Spanish. I think second largest. Chinese is up there as well. Portuguese is up there. French, but you know, I think it's just a mindset as well. Like when you grow up in the States, you grow up with an imperialist mindset, right? It's that capitalist mindset that think that
Mm-hmm.
you're just better than everyone, right? So you start going over these different countries, and what happens is it's like, whoa, you're learning that a lot of people speak more languages than you. And it's like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like being in a small town, and they call them eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the United States it's like a one big egg, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Exactly, and a lot of our neighborhoods are segregated to a certain degree, right? In
Mhm.
some cases, like you might have a couple of Latino homies, but like in New York, you got New York cats that speak Spanish fluently because they grew up in a Dominican neighborhood. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
But in most cases, in most American cities, it's not like that. Like you just with your own, and that be that.
yeah, yeah. I'm starting to see a lot of Brazilian people come over from to get educated. They
Hmm.
go to Boston. They're northeastern region, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. I'm starting to see them sprout up over there. So they're coming over here to get education. I'm not sure if they're gonna stay,
Hmm.
uh, but they come over here and they're highly intelligent.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'm doing the date nights, but it's not just Brazil, but I'm focused on the Brazil market right now because I have a Portuguese teacher.
Hmm.
Realize, when I was on foreign strategies, and the saying when they say, "Oh, if you can't make it in New York, you can't make it anywhere. Once you make
Hmm.
it there." So I was like, "All right, I made it there. I was successful. Had a nice studio,
Hmm.
corporate job. I had a great life." So I was like, I was saying to my former partner, I was like, man, if we go to Brazil and we start a channel and it doesn't
Hmm.
it doesn't be successful, then we should just quit while we at it. So we were kind of like, if we don't make it in Brazil, then we're not going to make it. So that's when we started it on foreign strategy,
Hmm.
and it went really well, man. We got like 3,000 subs in like 1 week. We were on your
Hmm.
channel, we were on Zoe's channel, we was on
Hmm.
everybody's channel in the space. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was cool, man. It
Yeah.
was a good run. But I was like, you know what? I can do that again. I want to
Okay,
do.
so are you doing this with the other guy, or this is more like a solo thing now?
I'm doing solo right now. I would love to bring in a co-host,
Okay.
but um, that situation is with the foreign strategies. I think the channel's still there. I mean, if you go there, the content is there, but I
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
partnership is not it's not going to be there anymore. And you know, I'll just chalk it up to we had differences. I don't like to put anybody under the bus and keep it positive. And
Hmm.
I'll just, like it's like a marriage and you guys grow apart, you see differences and there's two roads and you just end up going down separate roads. You know what I mean? So I think that's what happened. But for now,
Okay.
yeah, man, I'm solo. But hey man, I would love to have a co-host if he fits the different skill sets that I don't have. and it's complimentary and we thinking like, I think that'd be great. But I probably won't have like a co-partner. I'll have a co.
Mhm.
That's the difference.
Okay. All right. Let me catch some of these comments real quick, man. Want to give a shout out to everybody in the room. We got 48 in the room, guys. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in the room. We got my man Bert Ross in the building. What's good, Bert Ross? Kirby Films is in the building. What's good? What's good, my brother? We got Ash L. He says I speak 4 languages. 2 I learned when I was a kid, so that's true. Ash L, are you Haitian, brother? Because I know a lot of Haitians be knowing about 5 damn languages. So shout out to my dude Ash L. Somebody said Ozzy said foreign strategies was lit. Yes, it was, man. I used to love tuning in and seeing like the whole panel of Brazilian women and everything like that. And it's just weird, but I think that the Fresh and Fit setup has that shock value, like, oh, I can't believe she said this. Because
Yeah.
they're always trying to find like shows like that are always trying to
Right.
meet a narrative, right?
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
their narrative is, Western women are this and that, whatnot. And we've been kind of speaking on that before they even got into the game.
Yeah.
But they go viral with those clips of kicking girls out and girls acting the fool and just having a whole bunch of strippers on their shows and stuff like that. And it worked. I mean, they almost got 1 million subscribers before they got demonetized. I just think they might have just took it a little too far with the trolling. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what really did it. They was being a little bit too offensive, especially to like Black Americans with the wearing the Ku Klux Klan and everything. Like people, that's real insensitive to do that because we got a real bad history, especially Black people in America in general with the Klan. So if you throwing a hoodie like that, I'm surprised brothers weren't waiting for him outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, ever since he did that, he's been addressing a lot more smoke. Ever since he, I think he did that on another platform. It wasn't even YouTube. He did it on a Rumble actually. And ever since he did that, a lot of people have been coming straight at him. And he's like, I don't know if this is true or not, but he's been saying, "Hey, pull up. We could do the fisticuffs." Because his background is law enforcement. So, Myron's ready for the smoke. I don't know if it's just for entertainment, but he's ready to throw the bows with people. And I'm I get it. It's the red meat and everything. I just don't want to go that direction. Now, if I had a co-host who was a little bit, because my style is like chill. If I had somebody a little bit more aggressive and they can get it out of the women, but at the same time, I don't want to repeat. I don't want to have the red meat like that. I think there's different ways you can go about it. There's different ways you can go about it to get the same results. I love the beauty in it and seeing the challenge in that. I mean, we did it on foreign strategies. I'm sure if we would have kept it going and we never stopped, we probably would have been in a decent numbers. You know what I mean? So the proof was in the pudding. But yeah, man, I just can't. I can't go that route. I can't even have. I have had feminists on my podcast. We had nice debates. You know what I mean? And I could tell they were feminists, but it just never got there because one, I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't trying to rile them up.
Right.
So I don't know. I just can't do it, man.
Shout out to Haitian Gunman. He says, BMT, I had your back on the Black Man Travel Show. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate they talking about a show I did earlier this week.
Yeah.
I think it was Andrew's channel. I got a question for you, bro. We got Cello_Thomas says, how's Portuguese language? I can explain my version, but what do you think about Portuguese?
Well, my teacher, the way he's teaching me, there's Portuguese and there's the Spanish side of it. You don't want to get lost in the Spanish side. So it could be closely related and you can kind of get lost in that. I'll just say
like similar, like como va tu dia, like how's your day? Portuguese, then como estás? So how are you? And so it is real similar, the words.
Yeah, it's very similar, but he was saying don't say it the Spanish way. Do not do it because some people can get offended. Not. But it's
it's funny because I was with a Mexican girl who was in Rio at a restaurant. She was trying to, she was ordering and she was trying to speak First, she tried to speak Portuguese. The lady was like, no. Then she tried to speak Spanish, and the lady didn't understand her. And she was like, well, damn. And I was like, and then the lady was just like, just speak English. I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, they be doing that sometimes. Like, I don't know why they be doing that, but some of them would rather you speak English than Spanish. It's real weird.
Yeah. You just definitely just gotta be really passionate about it, man. Because if you don't have a passion for it, you're gonna quit it. You're gonna quit it, man. You're gonna be like, this is too hard. But if you're passionate about it, I guess that's with anything, right? You're passionate about it, you see it through.
You know what they say? I was looking at this little YouTube video about what the brain does and this activity when you learn something new. And it's actually like exercise. Like it's actually like, even though you just might be reading or comprehending or learning something instead of trying to remember something, it can be taxing on you because some people haven't learned something new in 20, 30 years. So I love learning a different language because I feel like now I'm getting, I'm exercising my brain as well as going to the gym, exercising my body. Like I might have my iPods on while I'm exercising, listening to Spanish tutorials. And then as soon as I hear it, I go out there and use it. I was on the elevator today here in the Medellin at the gym, and the guy said something real fast in Spanish. I was like, hablo despacio, senor, like, please slow down so I can understand.
Yeah.
And he started speaking English. He was like, man, you don't know Spanish? And I'm like, I've been I'm learning. And he's like, yeah, you gotta learn Spanish. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Because they expect Black people to know Spanish, right? Because there's Afro-Colombians here. So when somebody sees you, if you're not blonde hair, blue eyes, that's when they'll think, okay, gringo, he don't know no Spanish. And they'll be like, but if you Black, they just gonna be like, why you don't know Spanish? Like, really? You don't know Spanish? Really?
Yeah.
So I love it though, man, because it's especially when people say, oh, you brothers traveling, y'all not gonna learn that language. I'm like, it might take a couple of years, but we're gonna learn it, trust me.
Yeah, when you learn
it. Shout out to Razor Rays too, man. Shout out to my dude Razor Rays in the building.
I was gonna hit up Razor Rays.
Mr. King of Controversy.
Oh, damn. I was gonna ask him if I come with his channel. I didn't know I was gonna look him up.
Hey, bro, them dudes be coming with the smoke on Razor Ray's channel, but his community is popping.
I've been on a channel like that before. There was a lot of smoke. What's that dude? Ramil?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Ramil. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Ramil, man.
Yeah, so we was on his show, man.
Hold on, I got a good question for you, bro. Visuals Multimedia asks, yo, what happened to the Afro-Brazilian girl you went on a date with the horses? You can answer that if you want to. That's a personal question. You can answer it if you want to.
Oh no, I know exactly who you're talking about. We still cool, man. The thing about Brazilian women, like once you cool with Brazilian women, you have a friend or you have somebody that's somebody for life, man. Because I actually she came on podcast a while ago, and she travels a lot. That actually was the same girl I was talking about. She was a model. She's into radio.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm still cool with her. It's just that once you're not around, man. Oh, that's not her. That's someone else.
Oh, that's not her.
Yeah, that's somebody else.
Same girl, right?
I don't think you have a picture of her, but
okay. we just going through the beautiful ladies of Rio here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were supposed to do a podcast with her. Oh, that's her right there.
Okay,
that's her right there. Yeah, so she's a model, and she was on one of those billboards in the mall. She did a podcast. She came on the same podcast. Another brother came on. He was from Texas. It was his first time in Rio. And he was like, yo, I'm a supporter of the show. So he showed up on the pod. And that was a really cool podcast. That's why I'm like, yo, I need to just move out there, man. Because those podcasts, it was something about the energy in the air. Energy in general in Rio that it just felt right.
Yeah, man. Rio is something else. I want to give a shout out to my dude Big Bass in the building. Producer extraordinaire, dope music, man. He says great show. Salute BMT and host. Need to get that Passport music on the app for sure. Let's chop it up and salute. Yeah, man, we definitely gotta chop it up, Big Bass. We 100% gotta chop it up one day, man. And shout out to Drew G. Says you got to have thick skin to go on the Razor Rays show. That's for sure. Shout out to my dude G Mac. I think me and G Mac met each other in Brazil.
Oh yeah, G Mac, yo, he was on that show. He was the guy from Texas, and he came on and he was showing us, he went to Lapa, like he went to a samba show, he went to a boat. He had a time in his life, man. That was a legendary show, man. That was on fire, man. We had a lot of great shows like that. We were doing it Monday through Friday. So I would say this though. Like other content creators that I was getting ideas from, I am getting ideas where I do want to have a panel of locals, and like let's say it's me and you and the panel of locals. I do want to do stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That would be so dope, man.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of locals sitting there and me and you just chopping it up. I do want to take some of those same ideals and repeat that. And I noticed that people are talking about the trends more. Current events. I think that's where I'm gonna try to dip into, those numbers. Make up the fact that my shows I'm not kicking nobody off.
Okay.
But I had DJP, we had spirited debates now. Like I had DJP last weekend. We were talking about who has access to who's in charge of sex and who's in charge of marriage. And that was a heated debate.
Yeah.
And
okay.
The chats is fired up, people were watching, but it wasn't
women definitely have access to sex. I mean, that's like,
yeah, it was
they can walk outside and be like you, and that's it.
Yeah,
we can't do that. We gotta go outside and do jump through all types of hurdles, but that's life, man, but at the same time, I do think men control access to real relationships, because you got a lot of players out there. Women think they're in relationships, but that man ain't really taking her seriously like that. So I think relationship rise, and I think a lot of women be upset about that shit. Even though I'm like, yo, y'all got access to sex, you can't beat that, right? But a lot of them feel sour when they get a little older sometimes, and they feel like they've been betrayed by not being chosen up on or not being taken seriously in a relationship. And it's funny, man, because now you're seeing this, movement of more American women, traveling for relationships. And a lot of them are getting hit with, dead end roads, because the guys overseas typically want the exact same thing that the guys in the West want. So it's just like, as a matter of fact, and I tell my sisters this all the time, I'm like, trust me, you got the best stock of, white knight simpery males in the West. All right. We are top tier at simping it up for y'all. So we go overseas, them dudes, a lot of them, I'm not speaking for guys in other countries, but I'm saying in general, from what I've seen being overseas for 3 years, they don't play the bar at all. She crosses over 25, that's it. She got a kid, that's it. It's not even a conversation. They're not even looking at what she gained over 10 pounds more than her high school weight. That's it.
Yeah.
And they all like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They more have a cultural uniformity than we do. Like, we're a whole bunch of individuals in America. Like, everybody different. Some guys like big girls, some guys like skinny girls, somebody, we all different. Over there, it's a certain standard, right? It's a certain standard. You don't raise your. I mean, I was in eating in Thailand with some Israeli dudes, right? And I know they're going through what they're going through right now. I'm not going to speak on that, but I'm in Thailand, and the way they're talking to women, most American women would think they being disrespectful because they're not talking to them. They're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Telling them that they're, telling them what to do. Basically, it's not like a hey, how you doing? Can you please give me the ketchup over there? It's like, go give me the ketchup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go in the back. And these are women working at a restaurant. They're more demanding. So it's a big different thing. And a lot of women are finding that out. You know what I'm saying? And for some odd reason, it tends to fall back on us again. Like, why everybody's hating on the Passport Bros?
I actually, the difference between foreign strategy and no reservations. I actually want to have a conversation with a person that subscribes to OnlyFans.
Bro, okay.
I want to have
Man.
I want to have these talks.
My dude, we got to do a show like that. We got to do a collab on that one.
Yeah.
I was just having this conversation with some friends of mine, actually my business partners, because we can understand, like, what do you get for paying for a subscription for a woman to do those things? Like, what are you getting out of that? She's sticking things up her apparatus and shit. I'm like, what is that? You're paying what you would pay HBO a month to see that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fam.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, it's. I think OnlyFans made like $6 billion last quarter or something crazy because so many dudes is like whacking off to that shit, man. Just don't get it, bro. Pause.
I had a few girls from OnlyFans. They were on the pod. They were from Brazil.
Hold up. G-Mac said men in America have a type. What type, bro? Just put in the chat. What type? I would say men in other countries, cultures have a type, while American men settle for a range. Okay, I got you. That's the difference. Good point, G-Mac. Good point. I was lost for a second, but he says men in other cultures have a type, while American men settle for a range. That's the difference. Very good point. But what were you saying about you had some OnlyFans girls on your show?
I did, and the way I get guests, I don't know if they're OnlyFanners, but they were.
Hold up. What you call them, OnlyFanners? yo, we gotta use that in the title, bro. I was calling them OnlyFans bros. You saying OnlyFanners, yeah, OnlyFanners.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to the girls, and I'm like, oh, well, you're in Brazil, so who's most of your supporters? Like, who's supporting you the most? And they said American guys. And the thing about it was, I already knew she was going to say Americans. I already knew. She said 90% of her supporters are coming from America. So I just want to know, like, the psychology of, OnlyFans guy. That's
we gotta call them OnlyFanners.
OnlyFanners, man. I just want to know, man, because I want to have those conversations, man, and that's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, bro, what do you like? Bro, it's just, man, I don't know if it's the older dudes, the younger dudes. I would like some research demographic because that's a big space, man. That's a big space. You can go into like OnlyFans rehab or something. I don't know. Like,
well, I got a solution for them.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out with a concierge service. I've been in denial for about a long time, and 1 to 2 weeks in Rio, I'll host you. You be hanging out with me.
Yeah. So hold up, getting the passport. Get the passport.
Like, all right,
let me show some receipts while we at it, because we passport bros. We got to show receipts as well. We just don't talk about it. We be about it.
You're crazy, man.
Let me go.
Oh, man.
Date one. Take a look at this, OnlyFanners.
Oh my gosh.
No AI here.
No AI. Oh
yeah, man. That's that Brazil too?
No, that's actually Tulum. That's Mexico.
That's Mexico. Okay.
Yeah, she's Mexican. She's mixed.
Okay.
Yeah, she's mixed.
My man got the receipts.
She's Brazilian.
Yeah, she looked Brazilian. She got that little that tan complexion.
Yeah, she's actually the first Brazilian girl I ever met and dated. Yeah, man, she's total knockout, man. And I'm still cool with her to this day. Still cool with her, man. That's the thing about Brazilian women. You could be cool with them forever. So, so what I was saying, like, instead of paying for OnlyFans, let's say me, BMT, and three other brothers, every single day, I take you to a Sugarloaf. Then, lunchtime, we'll go to Empanada Botico restaurant to get some delicacies there. And then at nighttime, you want to take a little nap? Cool. At nighttime, I take you to All-in-One Lounge, Barra de Juca, go to a moderator. So every day, I'll plan it out and I'll go with you. And hell, you having problems, talking to women or whatever the case may be, language barrier. I'll even bring the girls. And now that's on you what happens after that. I'm not that type of service, but
Oh, bro. Yeah.
it's a
I'm glad.
you know,
Uh-huh.
social thing where I bring them to the
Hmm.
spot. Like I'm not, I'm not that.
I'm glad you clarified that. I'm glad you
Yeah.
clarified that. Because the funny thing in the world, bro, is when you meet a guy who says, "Oh man, I'm so good with, I'm a player, I'm this with women. Oh man, this, that, and the other." I'm like, "Well, bro, you've been working on your Spanish or your Portuguese, and
Yeah.
try to give him hints. Say, you got your cologne. Oh, man, I don't really care." And then you get them in front of those beautiful women, and they just freeze up and
Yeah.
mess things up. I've seen it so many times to
Oh yeah,
where
that happened to me
I
too, bro.
tell I tell guys I don't do hookups no more, bro. I don't do it no more because they will screw. I had one dude who had a girl start crying on a double date, bro.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm saying she was beautiful, nice, just sweet as she could be.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was up with my man's. I don't know what he was just complaining about everything. He just went to this weird mode. I'm like, is that you nervous or something? Like I didn't understand it. He was
Right.
like, "Oh man, these chicks is this, these chicks is trash." And I'm like, then I see what he can do on his own. I'm like, bro, you said the chick I hooked you up was trash. The chick you got now like a crackhead.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just don't do hookups, bro.
yeah, man. So that's what it is. The concierge service is 1 to 2 weeks. I'm gonna do a
Okay.
talk about it on Sunday. I'm gonna break down all the days and what we're gonna do.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a package. I'm gonna roll it out, and then that's it, man. I'm
So
not
when
sure how
so
I'll do it though. What'd
hold
you say?
on, I don't have no idea what's going on with the chat right now. Hold on, I gotta address this. We're gonna get back to
Okay.
your service, but it says are you and Austin still cool? I thought we were. I don't know. Somebody said hi. I didn't have no beef with Austin. He said Austin left the Passport Bros group. Austin been hating lately. I don't know, bro.
I'm in Austin's WhatsApp group. I'm cool with Austin.
Yeah, I think you're talking about maybe we're talking about me, not you. I don't know.
Okay. Nah, me Austin tight, man. I got no problems with him.
Okay. But yeah, that would definitely be a good service, bro. I mean, brothers would
Yeah, if
love that.
you want to collab, I'll take collabs too. We
Mhm.
work out, we'll take percentages and everything. I just did it because a lot of guys were asking for it. And one
Mhm.
of my supporters, he was saying like how he did it one time and it was very successful. And he's like, "Yo, you should do it, man. It's a six figure business." He was saying, he's like, "You could." And I was like, you know what? I could do it because I noticed like when I take guys on trips with me, like my homies, we'll go to Australia and they like, "Yo, man, you're a lot of fun, man. Like I had the time of my life. You know how to have a good time." And I'm like, all right, well, I might as well make that a service. And I think Rio's a good starting ground to do something like that.
Mhm.
It's a lot to do in Rio. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it is. And like you already got one step above in places like Rio because women are interested in foreign dudes. You
Yeah.
know, like they interested in knowing about where you from and your culture. Especially when I first moved to Medellin, before this onslaught of people started coming out here. It
Mhm.
was like right after actually I moved during the pandemic, but like a lot of Colombian women were interested in like just learn about our culture and all that good stuff. So that's you got to step up right there. And a lot of them want to learn English, of course.
Yeah. A DJP told me he was kicking me in my butt saying, "Yo, you learn Portuguese, bro? You can be a bad man." I'm telling you right now. It's like, yeah. But I think once I learn it, the access to the culture is gonna be so much stronger. I'm gonna understand people so much better. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I get a lot of like girls from Rio or just Brazil in general, and they have a million followers. They're a singer or artist, but they only know Portuguese. And I'm like, damn. They're like, yeah, I come on your podcast. How we talk to each other though? And I'm like, yo, I
Mhm.
cannot drop that. You know what I mean? I can't drop that ball. So I gotta meet them halfway and pick up the language so I can make better business networking. Uh and also
Mhm.
like when you do the service, I'll be able to help you get around to places safely. You know what I mean? Like I know the ins and outs of being safe, how to move around safety and caution. Uh,
Mhm.
I have those networks. I'll just be like, hey, we should go to Bada de Juca, go to KO8, one of the best beach clubs out there. Practica, it's a lunch spot where they have live band music. You pick your steak, your meat, pause, and they cook
Mhm.
it for you. And then it's a festive time, and then you go somewhere else. Like I'm your one-stop shop host. And
That would be dope, man. I love doing them. We used to be in Baja de Juca at the little restaurants on the beach. You
yeah, man.
know, it was the dopest thing ever, bro. But you
Yeah,
got to get your Portuguese up, like
yeah, you
even if
do.
it's basic, you got to get your Portuguese. You got to be in shape in Brazil too.
Yeah,
It's the beach culture, so if you in shape and you got your Portuguese together, oh man, you're gonna really enjoy it.
yeah, you're gonna enjoy it a lot, man. So I'm gonna a lot of people are trying to it's kind of hard to find me on YouTube. So I would say type in No Reservations Rio. Since
Mhm.
most of my content is coming from Brazil, I would say No Reservations Brazil, and I'll pop up because I might have to change the name to No Reservations, No Limits or something, because when that name comes up, Anthony Bourdain comes up. Rest in peace to him. So yeah, man.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's the service I got. And every week I'm doing date nights. Then I'm having a new segment called Ladies Night, where it's gonna be all women.
Mhm.
I think you started doing something like that. I went to your channel and I saw this lady in Colombia asking other women questions. I
Oh
didn't see.
yeah, that was more like a interviews, raw street interviews, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people we got some more lined up. A lot of people like those interviews, man.
yeah,
It's funny because the way I set it up is it's not misleading at all, right? Like I just asked Maria to ask the questions, of course, and then these Colombian women just telling what they thoughts are as far as relationships and stuff,
all right.
right? And then you look at the opposite of guys interviewing women in America, you can see how polar difference it is. So it's no need to really go back and forth on podcasts. You just I like to show it more than tell it. Like, okay,
I
y'all
see.
don't believe me? All right, cool. Let me just interview some of the local women here and see what they think about relationships. You know
That's
what I'm
great.
saying? So yeah, man, because the West is the West, bro. Like it is what it is. If you got a passport, bro, I don't know what you're doing. You don't even got to be a passport, bro. But if you're
Yeah,
not traveling
yeah.
and getting on up out of there, bro, I really don't know what you're doing with your excess capital. To be honest with you, bro. Let me give a shout out to chat. We got our first super chat of the day, brother. I really appreciate it. He says the social loaner with the $4.99 super chat. He says, I want to be a passport, bro, and travel more. I'm tired of the States. I totally understand that, bro. I totally understand that, man. Somebody else in the chat says same. Somebody,
I still haven't been to Colombia, man.
oh man,
Still
Colombia
have-
is, man, like this is one of those countries. Medellin is one of those cities that's just captivating by just the way it looks.
Mhm.
And the people are so nice,
And
So
you're in Medellin?
yeah, I'm in Medellin. Yeah, I'm in
Right.
Medellin. Yeah, man, and it's definitely changing a little, but I don't really be too much in the tourist areas. I'll be kind of like, more where the locals are.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, it's just like living in the. I like living in the rainforest, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I like living in South America. I like the food. I like the climate. I like how the women look more natural. I just like everything about it. I like Asia as well, but here, and I told friends of mine this. That's they're in Asia. They love Thailand and all that. I was like, listen, bro, I like blending in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if you get into a situation over there in Asia, you're gonna be fighting 12, 15 Asian dudes. No questions asked, right?
yeah. So too,
Uh,
man.
right. So and they all know Muay Thai. So versus here, like you blend in more. It's a question will be asked, what's going on? They just ain't gonna jump on you off rip. On top of, it's much easier to learn Spanish than learn you know, Thai or something like that. So
Okay.
I'm here to, you know, amalgamate within the culture, basically, like become what, you know, here I'm always going to be American, but learn the language. You blend in, you know, it's you feel a part of something, right? You vibing versus in some other countries, not all, it's because I love Cambodia, I love Thailand, I'll be there every year the rest of my life, but to actually live somewhere, me personally, I would prefer South America in general.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too, as far as like Brazil, giving that a shot, looking into the digital nomad visa, the residency, and I think I saw a video on Zoe's channel. He actually talked to a guy that has been there for 5-6 years or something like that. And
Yeah, my man, I know him.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I know him.
so he you know, I was glued in. It didn't seem too difficult to make that change. So it's just the language. You got to once you learn that. But
It's just a language, man.
yeah, it's
Like
just
I tell you, man, if you brown or Latino or just have that look, generally speaking, you shouldn't have that many issues because, you know, especially in Brazil, we look just like them in Brazil. Here, we're just a little bigger than the average Afro-Colombian, right? But in Brazil, bro, I used to meet cats in Brazil like they was from Southwest Atlanta, straight up, hair faded and everything. I'd be like, bro, where you from? He's like, no, I'm Brazilian. I'm like, damn, you like you from College Park or something. So once you get that language down, bro,
it's a
you
wrap,
know,
man.
and in some cases, it's good to be like when I was in Cambodia and I was the only black person in the whole entire super mall. I didn't feel too indifferent, but it's like I noticed it, right? It's like, damn, I'm literally on. You know, I'm doing the black people check like it's any other black people around here.
Yeah,
And
man.
on top of, and shout out to all my Africans, but I gotta get on y'all sometime, man. When I did run into some dudes from Cameroon, right? I'm like, okay, some brothers. I'm like, hey, and they just like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So I'm like, the hell, bro, like, come on, we still, you know, come on, bro, Bismo the same.
They didn't even give you the nod, man. They're like, yo, what's up?
They didn't even give me the brother nod. They just kind of looked at me just like, oh, American, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
But this is Cambodia. This ain't Thailand. I'm cool with the Africans in Thailand. I was deep off in Cambodia somewhere and just happened to be excited to see some other black faces. And
yeah,
they wasn't really just like, hey, brother. They was more like, keep it moving, you know?
sure, for sure, man. I mean, I received stuff like that, those situations where I've been traveling for 10 years before I even got to Brazil. So I go to places like Finland, Stockholm, Norway, London. What I noticed when I went to Finland, when I started going to those places, when I saw a brother, I'm like, yo, what's up? They were always a ball player. And they hated me, man. Like they saw me, it was just the animosity.
Hold on now. When you say ball player, what you mean like
Basketball.
now these American basketball players?
I wouldn't know. I would assume maybe they're brothers, though. I know that. So
Yeah, I don't know why brothers be doing that sometimes, man.
yeah, I talked to the women about it, and they're like, "Oh, they see you as a threat. You know, they just want them off. They want them all to themselves." I'm like, "Well, how many do you have? You can't have all of them." So you know, in the beginning, when I went to those places, I will be the only brother in the spot. But if you see them, they either play ball or they're military. I didn't really get that from the military guys, but from the ball players, the basketball players, I was getting a little animosity. And yeah, it was interesting, man. But Stockholm, like places like Sweden, Norway, they're very homogenous.
Okay.
There are African people there. And some women, they're like, yeah, you know, we don't like the African guys. I'm like, well, why not? They try to be like Americans.
You know, bro, yeah. That's funny you say that because I've heard that in Thailand as well. Like the first thing a Thai woman, in some cases, not all, but in some cases, they be like, "Where you from?" Right? And I'm like, "Well, I'm American." And it's like, "Oh, American." And I'm like, "Well, what do you think I was at first?" And it's like, "Oh, I thought you was African." I don't talk to Africans. I don't date Africans. And I'm like, "Well, wait a minute. Should I feel a certain way?" You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like, yeah.
Like, do I miss
That happens quite a bit, in all honesty.
Well, to go a little deeper into that, there was a Swedish girl that she dated an African guy. She
Mhm.
was saying that, they're ready to like get married.
Mhm.
They love bomb them really quick. They move really fast. They move with a lot of speed and hastiness. And it's like, yo, I barely even know you. But I'm not gonna generalize and say that's the reason why, but that's her experience, and that's what she was telling me. She was saying that, I don't, how I'm dealing with the African guys. They move too fast. They fall in love with me in like 1 week. And that's what she was saying. I was like, well, damn. Okay. Because American guys, we know us. We're not falling in love with you.
Yeah, we come from the hookup culture. They come from more of I call it like in game dating. So it's two different types of cultures. Like people, generally speaking, outside of the West, not all cases. I haven't been in every country, but when you courting someone, they're looking at you like a potential mate, right?
Mm.
Versus us, we're looking at them like, all right, you find everything, and she might be looking at you like, okay, you got a bag and everything, but we gonna find something better next week or in a year or two. We just kind of waiting to upgrade, like we do from, I'm from Atlanta, so that's what we do. We do 2-year flings. I tell people that all the time. I tell guys from other cities, like, hey, don't fall too deeply in love because they gonna upgrade. You know what I'm saying? But let me catch your super chats real quick, man. This is a real good question, actually. By that social loaner with the $4.99 super chat. Once again, I really appreciate that. He says, "Can we talk about racism and colorism in Brazil?" You want to chop it up on that? I got my thoughts on it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I actually did a reaction video. I gotta chill with these reactions. I'm not gonna do too many of them, but
Mhm.
just for like copyright, you don't know what's fair use. YouTube is always changing the algorithms, their guidelines every year, so I can't keep up with that. But I did do a reaction video to Black Brazilian women and how they're treated in the dating market in Brazil. So one of the pictures that you show, the Afro Latin woman, we went to Mexico and we spent a week with each other and we had a conversation about that. And she says that a lot of times, guys, they don't have nothing, right? Then they mess with the Black Brazilian woman. And as soon as they get put on, that was actually her. And she said it was
Oh,
actually,
so she's the one that said that?
yeah. She
Okay,
said that's always been a big issue. As soon as they get put on, they go to the white Brazilian.
I've heard that too. I've actually heard the exact same. Afro Brazilian woman told me the exact same shit.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I was like, well, I was actually shocked. But at the same time, I'm like, well, that's not your issue. You with me right now. But but yeah, in that video, she was talking about how a lot of different instances where that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
It's a serious thing. And I think that's where, feminism comes into play a little bit. It's a different
Mm-hmm.
type of feminism that's in them states. There's a
Mm-hmm.
different type of feminism in Sweden as well, right? So in Sweden, the feminism they have is you can go on a date with someone and they're like, yo, let me pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. And it's actually they're willing to pay for it and they don't want nothing from it because they feel like they're like is equal like a man as well. And they want to approach you like a man as well because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the guys in Sweden they're not aggressive. They're very timid. So they don't want to
Mm-hmm.
approach the women like the way we do in the States. So it's an equal playing field in Sweden when it comes to that. That's the type of feminism they have. But in Brazil, their feminism is, well, I'm a Black Brazilian. You should see me as a person and not by color. So
Mm-hmm.
they're fighting for they're fighting for the discrimination against the colorism.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's classed by like a association, meaning, all right, I'm black, like me and you will go walk around and we'll be at a restaurant in Brazil and someone will be like, hey, come here, could you clean this? And we'll be like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We're Americans and we don't work here. They're like, oh, I thought you was Black Brazilian. I thought you worked here, because a lot of Black Brazilians, they're either workers, they
Mm-hmm.
a social economic background or a financial background. All they're assuming just because they're Black Brazilian,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and if they're a white Brazilian, they assume that they got money. I mean, if you go to LeBlanc, if you walk around on LeBlanc, I remember me and T-Bar were walking around, and I was like, "Yo,
Mm-hmm.
where the black people at?" And he was like, "Yo, this is how it is out here." And I'm like, "Wow, I was actually culture shock." And we were walking even on LeBlanc Beach, and the way we were getting looks, they probably thought we were Black Brazilian. It was almost like, "Yo, you don't belong here."
Mm.
You know what I
You know,
mean?
it's funny because living out in Brazil, I did recognize that the beach is not necessarily segregated, but the favela has its own beach, basically dedicated to the people from the favela, right? They're more mixed, and even the light Brazilians, but they all kind of just own that, and everybody knows each other. I've got the name of that beach, San something. Uh,
Yeah,
but then
rest.
you go to LeBlanc, it's more, uppity kind of white. But then you go to Rasta Beach, Lima, it's more of us, it's more of a mix. So you're definitely right. Like, and you wouldn't know that until you've been out there for a while. You'd be like, well, wait a minute. You know what I'm like?
Yeah.
This beach vibe, even in Juca, the vibe of the beach is so different because all the black people or the mix, because you say black, you really mean like a mixture of people in Brazil. They're all considered to be other than the super white Brazilians.
Yeah.
And you'll see them on this side of the beach, basically. And
Right.
then you American, you don't know, you just pulling up like, but as soon as they recognize that you American, it's like, oh, you American. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, you got money, whatever.
Yeah. All right. So to be a Black American is a gift and a curse in Brazil in certain situations, because let's say you're just strolling around in a certain time of the night. The cops will run up on you because they think you're a Black Brazilian, right? Like, for example, I know this YouTuber content creator. He had a gun put to his face because they thought he was Black Brazilian. Did we lose? I think we lost the host. All right. Well, I think we'll wait till he comes back.
I'm back, bro. I'm back. I
As
dropped.
as Black Americans develop a support community in Brazil.
There we
Oh
go.
my! I was playing host for a second.
Yeah, I dropped out. It's a little South American internet.
Uh,
But yeah, shout out to Drew G with the $4.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, as Black Americans develop a support community in Brazil, Black American businesses, restaurants, etc. Side note, Scandinavian women are legit. Appreciate that super chat.
mhm.
Now, I will say this, and you can speak on this as well. Um, I know that we have a lot of support brotherhood in Thailand right now. That's the place I see the most, brothers owning businesses, the guys who own the clubs and bars. And I'm seeing that so much more in Thailand because the way Thailand is set up is kind of like you party with your people type of stuff. But everybody party with the Thai people, if that makes any sense. So I'm seeing that set up. The problem with Brazil that I've, learned that it's difficult. It's a lot of red tape to set up a business as an American in Brazil because they want you to be Brazilian business owners. There's a lot of discriminatory things that they do towards businesses there, and they got some crazy unemployment laws as well. So what they'll generally do, not all, I'm just saying this is a possibility, is if you are an American owner, so say you own a restaurant, they know you're American, they won't show up to work. You fire them, they're going to ask for unemployment. Then the judge is going to give it to them because guess what? You're not Brazilian. So little things like that is a reason why it's not that many Black-owned business businesses owned by foreigners in general in Brazil. You got to go a different route. Like you got to go with something like an expat community and bring in millions at one time to make that work, in my opinion. You can do the 1-2 restaurants and kind of build it up like how you do it in Thailand. But in Brazil, you might be better off saying, hey, we got 5 million. We want this square acres of blocking in this particular city in Salvador Bahia on the eastern corner. and just give us this, and we'll take it all from there. That type of stuff is might want to do with Brazil. But I will say that you are having more Black expat communities. I just saw a video today that I think went viral of a sister. She was saying Mexico, Medellin here, what else? Brazil, I think, and Thailand.
Mhm.
And it was another country as well. I don't remember, but I think, yeah, those couple of countries they were saying. So do you want to speak on that as well?
As far as I'm not really aware a lot of businesses, but I think there was a brother that has a restaurant, Copa. Do you remember? You know that restaurant?
Yeah, I did an interview with him.
What's the name of that restaurant? I talked to him. But anyway,
I can't recall right now.
I see that's the thing. I only know one guy. That's it. I don't know anybody else really.
I know one guy has a like a breakfast spot. So I know of like two. I know of the two.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good question. And I'll actually pose that question. I did a real dope interview with Barber World. I saw you on Barber World, by the way. Great interview. I did a real good interview with Barber World, and I asked him something similar. I was like, in your opinion, where do you think, if we had a choice, where could Black Americans form an expat community? Because to me, that's been always one of my solutions, like to kind of like, okay, we know America is the financial capital of the world. We know we get American dollars. We know there's a lot of benefits in being American once you leave America. But I do think as Black Americans, we do need some forms of expat communities around the world, just in case, because there's so much discriminatory things that go on within our communities. Like we don't even own the majority of the businesses within our own communities at the time.
That's
so it's
true.
a lot of money. It's a lot of money seeking out of our neighborhoods. It's billions leaking out of our neighborhoods, bro. And these people don't even have to pay taxes like we would have to pay taxes on some of the money. So it's an unfair advantage that they have, that the American government does purposely to make sure we stay that bottom foot of the economy, because that's what we're there for.
Right.
So that's why I've always suggested my whole mythology, my whole purpose was trying to get not only just Black men to travel more, but just Black Americans in general to get outside of America, man. You can still have your property, you can still have your house and all that, but you don't know what it feels like to pull up in Thailand and live for 3 months or something like that for $2,000 or something like, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to experience that, because I learned when I was in Thailand, I'm like, okay, that's the Russians. They got their own little community over here. You got the Indians, they got their own little community over here. I'm like, where is all that? You go to Brazil, look at the beaches, you got everybody's the Norwegian flag on this beach, German flag representing over here. I'm like, well, where we at? You know, where we at? So that was a good question by Drew G.
Yeah. Rasta Beach has that flavor too.
I love Rasta Beach, man. We did a couple of videos on Rasta Beach.
Rasta Beach,
all right, somebody said, do you know the story of Ronnie Biggs in the Brazil? You familiar with Ronnie Biggs?
Nah, no idea, no clue. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't. I'm thinking I'm not familiar with Ronnie Biggs.
But I was saying before.
Okay, somebody said Africa would be the easiest place to do that. See, now we talking.
Hey, I would love to. I'm not gonna lie, man. Africa was on my radar for the last couple months. Kenya, South Africa. I talked to Checks in Effect. He was moving out there. I'm like, man, it's beautiful.
Oh, Check moving to Africa. I thought he was back in Medi. Okay.
Check.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Check be, man. He be moving around. I don't know, man.
Somebody said Nairobi, Kenya is the best place to do that.
Yeah, Nairobi, Kenya, by the looks of things, is kind of similar. I think the vibe we kind of similar to Rio, so I definitely gotta check that out. I believe a lot more business in El Salvador. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think GG Mac. Hold on, he did say, yeah, Salvador Bahia. Okay. Somebody shout out to my dude, Good Time Grego. He says, okay, I guess I can't pull it up right now. Ever notice some of the South American Black people don't go out being Black? They just say I'm Colombian, same as with the whites. Well, I mean, it's different for us as far as, we get what they mean by when they say that. We get it. But in descriptive terms, they would say Negro, or they'll say Moreno, or they'll say Mestizo or something like that. So they still say they descriptive terms too. Like you got to describe somebody regardless, of what they look like. So Black American, white American, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Somebody said Black Americans are getting scammed in Ghana. Okay.
Gotta move around smart in Africa. Going back to the colorism, racism stuff, like you being a Black American walking around in certain parts of Brazil, you will get stopped by the cops and they will think you're a Black Brazilian. And next thing you know, you got a 12 gauge in your face. But I'm not saying that this is gonna happen every day, but I'm just saying that's a possibility because that happened to a content creator.
I know who it happened to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's weird because I went through that same area every day, because I was moving back and forth a lot between Barra da Tijuca and Copacabana, and I never had an incident. But at the same time, that's how I be, and because he's a younger guy, so that might have something to do with it too. They see a young guy, they thinking like, oh, he's one of these young Brazilians from the favela, something like. Because basically, what they do is at night, it's like they do sundown towns in Brazil.
Yeah,
sundown town is when all the Black people need to be out of that area by a certain time. And I was living in Barra da Tijuca, so it's hard to explain, man. But yeah, the cops are set up right there on that bridge, and if they see Black, pull you on over, search the car and everything, be super aggressive. They do that in Brazil. They do that out here in Colombia too.
Yep. So
shout out to my dude Jay Clyde in the building. Shout out to Jay Clyde, right?
Yeah, he was on a live with me and DJ P on Ladies Night last week.
Okay.
He was in the chat.
Man, I tell you, man, Jay Clyde, he a puller, bro. I can't go nowhere with Jay Clyde. You gotta watch Jay Clyde, boy.
Yeah.
We was eating yesterday, and these girls were just staring at us and everything. I'm like, Jay Clyde, man, what you doing, man? These girls, like, man, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I know they ain't standing my ass.
The mojo.
Well, it was, but but Jay Clyde, bro, he a puller. Shout out to my dude, Jay Clyde.
Oh man.
Somebody said sundown towns in Brazil and Colombia. I'm not saying they're sundown towns, but that's what I would relate them to just make some type of comparison. Like they really do be posted up in certain little areas, just looking through the windows, just trying to see who they Black.
Yeah, man.
Now, I haven't had that happen. When I was during the pandemic, they were doing it a lot.
Where in Colombia?
Yeah, during the pandemic, they were doing that a lot. They were doing it. We would tell because they were setting us up. There was the Uber drivers and taxi drivers would drive right to it. We'll tell them, hey, we know it's a roadblock. We got the app, we got the Wise app, so we know it's a roadblock. Don't go this way.
Yeah.
And they go straight that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, come on, man.
They're probably splitting the profits.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was shaken down. Not me, because I didn't have anything on me, but they should. Okay, what's interesting is they shut down some Guatemalan dudes that I was hanging with. And they typical Latino looking, you know what I'm saying? They didn't say not one word to me. So maybe they recognized I was American. I don't know, but they went right. They didn't even look my way, bro. And they shook the Guatemalan down. They're speaking super fast Spanish. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, oh shit, what's good? What was going on? Yeah. The cops didn't even look my way. Man. So I said, good time people say, you gotta watch Jay Clyde. Yeah, you gotta watch Jay Clyde, boy. Well, man, we've been at it for a little minute, brother. I don't know if you want to continue going on. If you want to do a panel, it's on you, brother. You the guest.
I have a show at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
On my channel, Ladies Night. So I got a few more minutes. I just gotta prep and making sure that my guests show up.
Okay, cool. So what we'll do is I'm gonna show a quick little commercial, and then we'll come right back and we'll open up the panel and see, if guys have some things they want to discuss or something like that.
Oh, no problem.
Let me play this. Where you at? And we're gonna be right back, fellas.
As you can see, I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be.
Representing for my brother BMT.
Got my man Austin in the building. What up, bro?
What's good?
Travel is life.
This how we roll. Look, I just have to get off the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. You know, we representing all the way in Thailand, man.
This shirt is so dope, man. It shows up your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap bullshit. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt, and I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Yeah, go cop the new merch.
Y'all haven't downloaded the app yet?
Y'all go download the Passportbro app, man. Shout out to BMT. Shout out to the Passportbro, man. This is something special. Everybody should get on it. We got our own social network now.
All right, man, look, I don't know, y'all missing out, man. Look, if you want any information, if you want to be a part of a community, be a part of like a brotherhood, man, and people watch out for you, whereas entrepreneurs, YouTubers, or anything you really want to get into, man, y'all need to download that app, man, Passport Bros.
Only Passportbro app, download it, BMT, dropping a platform for everybody to be social on. So get that, copy that.
All right, man, it's your boy Average Man Unplugged. Make sure you hit the Passportbro app. We got all our content on there. We got our own network now, you guys, all right? So go check that out, man. Passportbro app. Make sure you download
All right. All right. So we back. So family, we're going to drop a link in the chat. If you guys want to pull up, you know, we can speak about numerous topics. You know, we got my man, No Reservations in the building. There's a StreamYard link right there. We had a good discussion, man. We always have legendary shows, bro. You know, we give a lot of good information now, like the information that matters. You know, guys think they just can pull up, and I get it. Brothers want to explore the uncharted territory, but it's so different when you got some form of guidance. You know, like when you can just plug in, man, his service. Like you going to Brazil. Boom, you just tapped in all the way right there. Boom, you know, it makes a big difference in the trip because I know cats that say things like, man, I didn't really enjoy Brazil. I wasn't really feeling in Brazil. And I'm like, well, what'd you do? I went to Copacabana and Maps. I'm like, that's it? You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know. You know, they just put, I mean, I literally know some brothers that just went down there. They do the Christ Redeemer. They Google everything, the Christ Redeemer.
Yeah.
You know, go to a little bar, they sit there, they like, oh, this all right, bro, this all right. I'm like, bro, you didn't plug in. You know what to do. You know what to do.
Bro,
right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bring up a couple of my guys in the building. What's good? What's good, everybody?
Hey, what's up, BMT? What up, panel?
What's good?
What's
What's
up?
good? What's good?
Hey,
Well,
I
yeah.
was asking you guys earlier about the guy Ronnie Biggs, and I tell you, if you get a chance, look this gentleman's name up. Interesting story about Brazil. And actually, when I was going to Brazil, first learning about Brazil, I used to watch a show back in the days called Lonely Planet. I don't know if you guys ever watched that before, but it was a British show, Lonely Planet. And this guy, you know, that Lonely Planet, they used to put out a book, travel book. And that used to be like the guide to almost every country you went to. Everybody I ever saw traveling, had a Lonely Planet book. But if you ever look back at the old Lonely Planet shows, there's a guy that does he did Brazil and he did Carnival and he talked about Black Brazil, and also he talked about the guy Ronnie Biggs, and Ronnie Biggs was kind of like a Robin Hood that they actually did a movie based on this guy. And what Ronnie Biggs did with a couple of guys, they robbed a train in England, and his escape was like Brazil. And the Brazilian government was like, hey, you know what? We'll allow you to stay, but you can't earn a living. You can't go to work. So what he did was he basically invited UK guys over, and he tell the story of how he robbed this train with all these guys, and that's how he made a living. And I mean, probably one of the wildest stories you'll ever see, but they did a movie based on him called The Great Train Robbery. And if you look at Ronnie Biggs, he stayed in Brazil until like he was like 90 something. He was still wanted.
You talking about this guy, this old guy.
Yeah, he was still wanted. And what happened was old Father Time caught up with him, and he had to go back to England for free healthcare because technically he was still a British citizen.
Okay. Are you talking about back in the day, bro? 1929, brother. God,
great story, brother.
I'm looking at some brother maybe from the 90s or something. He tell you was 1929. God damn,
bro. I'm telling you, it's an amazing story. I'm telling you that I don't know how I ran across this when I was younger, but the story was just like, wow, I couldn't imagine. But that's how long I've been knowing about Brazil.
Man, I want to give a shout out to my dude Travelversity in the building. Salute to you, bro, and all your success out there in Thailand. We were just speaking on Thailand not too long ago, man. So shout out to you, my man, Travelversity. I thought he was a South American guy like myself, but Travelversity, he out there in that Southeast Asia ducked off. He don't think he coming back, man. I'll be trying to tempt him by showing the beauty of the lands here, but he ain't budging.
Shout out to Travelversity because his girl's birthday's today, right?
I don't even know, bro.
I think he had Lucky's birthday party. That was his live this morning.
Oh, okay. I missed that, bro. So shout out to Lucky for her birthday, bro. Shout out to Lucky, man. Travelversity, if you in here, man, pull on up, bro. I haven't heard from you in a minute. Shout out to Sturdy_FBA. He says the app is lit, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, guys, make sure to download the app. Download that app, man. We be on there having a good time, bro. And we got some new features coming out as well. So shout out to the whole community that's on the app, man, because I don't know why guys think that we can just post everything or approve everything for a post on Facebook. I'm like, bro, you can't approve that on Facebook. Bro. You know what I mean? Social media right now is probably more limited than traditional television at this point, bro. Like, it's so many things they deem as hate speech and all types of stuff. So it's good that we got this app, this Passportbros app.
That's what's up, man.
Travelversity say Brazil still top tier. Laugh out loud. Yeah, man. We South American dudes over here, Travelversity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I haven't been there yet, so.
You haven't been to Thailand yet?
Oh, not yet. I gotta get out there.
Okay.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Illinois, what's up, bro?
Yeah, it's good. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm thinking about Thailand 2025, possibly a month.
Okay, 2025. Yeah. Okay, you plan your trips out. Okay.
Yeah.
Years ahead of time. I feel you.
Yeah.
I got friends of mine that do stuff like that. They be like, I'm coming to DR in 2027. I'm like, but damn, all right, bro, just I guess hit me up.
Nah, like the thing was, I was gonna do it next year, but Brazil just keep on bringing me back. Man, I gotta go back.
Yeah,
man.
I gotta go back. So.
Brazil is a vibe, bro.
Yo,
it is.
You definitely miss. I miss Thailand, but I definitely miss the energy in Brazil, bro. Especially on them Sundays. I know y'all been out there on Sundays, Sunday evenings, where everybody's on the beach and it turned this beautiful. I don't want to say block party, but I guess you could say their version of a block party on the Sundays in Copacabana, where it's just everybody's out, families, and you smell the food, you hear the music. It's just like, bro, I'll never want to leave this place.
Yeah, whenever I come back home, I'm like, yo, guys, Sundays in Brazil. And it's like that every city. Like Curitiba, Sundays in Brazil, man. Always a vibe. Everybody partying in the midnight. Yo, it's nothing like it, man. Brazil is a vibe. Like you said, love that country. Love it.
Have you been to Colombia?
No, not yet. Not yet. Somebody, what, you gonna invite me?
I don't have to invite you, brother. Colombia.
Yeah.
You don't need to invite. You don't need to invite.
I've been thinking about Colombia, but like next year, I got a couple things I want to take care of because I gotta go back to Spain. I gotta take care of some stuff back home in Jamaica too. But yeah, so Brazil, Jamaica, Spain, possibly Italy.
And shout out to you, bro, because you brought me that Tonkat Ali out there in Brazil.
Oh, it was no problem.
I got like 20 dudes on Tonkat Ali in Brazil and in Thailand.
Yeah, no problem. They sell it in Thailand?
Yeah. It's Asia. Yeah, it's an Asian product. So yeah, they definitely sell it in Thailand. But the version you brought down was like the strongest one. Like, you gotta get the right kind. Yeah. Shout out to you, brother. That was pause. That was some stuff.
Yeah, I got
you gonna have some guys in the chat. You know, they know about Tonkat Ali. Richie Mack got a whole Tonkat Ali mixed with Arabian honey or something, a big jar. I'm like, what you got?
Oh yeah,
see all that for, bro.
Yeah, I gotta make a shout out to No Reservations too, man. I've been watching your videos for a couple years now, man. You do your stuff, man. I think you have like you and your partner.
I be forgetting this. Oh, it's actually 4:30 in the morning. No, 3:30 in the morning over there in Thailand. My bad, University. He said, bro, I just left Walking Street. You already know I'm about to pass out. Just want to pull up and show you some love. I see University. And matter of fact, I gave some of the pills you brought down to University. He said that Ali is like a limited pill for men.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man. I got the good stuff, yo.
Yeah, bro. I can't even find it no more, bro. I can't even find it. I don't know what store you went to and got it, because you went to the store and bought it, right?
Yeah, I went to the store.
Bro, I don't know where that stuff is, man. That was something else. That was something else. Somebody said put the Tonkat Ali brand. You know what, man? We actually gonna start selling it on the app real soon. Because it's a particular kind you got to get, bro, because they got the kinds on Amazon. It's like $10-15. It's not that type of. Matter of fact, how much you paid for the? You remember how much you paid for it?
That one, because I knew I could get a discount. I think it was like 30.
Right.
30, I think. Yeah.
Right. So if it's like 100 pills for like $10, that's not the kind, guys. All right. But it's like literally. I'll find it. Matter of fact, I'll show it on the app, but I'll find the exact one.
You know, I could go to the same vitamin store, take a picture of it, and put it on the app too.
Nice.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, like I was saying, man, I've been watching your videos for a couple of years now. I'm like surreal talking to you. But yeah, man, you doing your thing. All y'all doing it. Everybody doing their thing though. Jeez, man, BMT making it happen. You got the app up.
Yeah.
I knew you. Didn't you used to travel with somebody?
Oh yeah, I was on Foreign Strategies.
Yeah, Foreign Strategies. I was just like, yeah.
And
I found out about you. Yeah.
Somebody said, "Where do I get the good stuff online?" I gotta find a picture of it, bro, because it's definitely a certain type.
Yeah,
I want to give a shout out to
on that.
Yo, where the hell Carbon Snell been, man?
Yeah, shout out to you, Carbon Snell 01 for the 5 super chat, man. Really appreciate that. He says, "No reservation, yo, bro. Where have you and your partner, Delani, been at?"
You said my name wrong. Delane, yeah.
Delane, okay. Delane been at. You guys have been MA for a while now. How are you guys doing? You want to answer that, bro?
Great, man. So I'm not on Foreign Strategies anymore. I'm on No Reservations right now. I'm running it solo. Come over there, man. If you're trying to look for me, No Reservations, just type in No Reservations Brazil or No Reservations Rio. Because most of my content now is Brazil. Although I've been traveling for 10 years to other places, I just have he's having the same thing, right? Once you get to Brazil, that's it. You know what I mean? But no, I talk about other things. Like last week, I talked about how I lived in Sweden and I almost got married. So I talk about other places because a lot of people are like, "Yo, switch it up." So, Carbon Snail, check it out, man.
You know, back to Sweden, man. So I got a couple friends that travel too.
Yeah,
And the only man, my boy been all over the world. Only place he ever came back and be like, Delano, go to Sweden.
yeah.
Is it really like
Where did he go in Sweden?
that? Stockholm.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. It's a good time. It was just like a happy find. I was already in Finland. I took this boat called the Silja Line. I knew nothing about Sweden. My Finnish friends is like, "Yo, you're gonna love it if you love Finland." I went over there, and I went out by myself, and it was easy to talk to people. They dare near come up to you because, like I was saying before, we were talking about feminism. The feminism is different there.
Yeah.
They believe that they should talk to the guys. They should pay for the dates. They should go approach guys. So you'll probably get approached like 5 to 6 times in one night because the Swedish guy, their mindset is not aggressive.
The timid.
Just hang back, just chill. Let me just drink. And then when they have too many drinks, then they go up to them. Then it's kind of too late because you're too drunk. So the women will come up to you, man. If they like what they see, they'll have no problem because they believe in that's their feminism. And also, if you want to go on a date, and if you roll your card out, they're going to take their card out too. Now, if you did that in the States and they end up paying for everything, they're going to resent you. But in Sweden, they don't resent you because that's the culture. So that's their type of feminism there.
Yeah, I did not know. I just knew it was a quote unquote gold mine for people like us. Because that's what homeboy came back and said, man. And yeah, sheesh. No, I definitely gotta check it out. I got a friend out in Finland, Helsinki, and if I'm over there, why not check out Sweden?
And the thing is, it's not just blonde hair, tall, blue-eyed women there. There's a big, well, I won't say a big, it's a minority of African women out there. So you have like a girl that's Swedish, Somalian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even Swedish, African, or a mix.
Yeah.
And you're gorgeous out there.
I'm trying to scroll up. I see some guys in here. I'm trying to get y'all on, bro, but I can't even, it won't even let me scroll down. Let me see.
How was Curitiba in Florianopolis? I want to go.
Oh,
there we go.
Curitiba is like Toronto. I always say Curitiba is similar to Toronto. Florianopolis, Curitiba is a good vibe too, man. Like, got a good friend down there. Great vibe. It's rainy though, so it's not. Sometimes the weather's good. So it's hit or miss. Florianopolis is lovely. So half the city is mainland, half the city is It's island. And it's beautiful. Real relaxed. It's a good place to clear your mind. It was a great time. Cheaper than most places, cheaper than Rio. And Rio's not even expensive compared to like New York and whatnot. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's more European. So a lot of the Swedish, German immigrants went over to the south. So that's like Curitiba, but Florianopolis is real heavy on there. Another fun fact about it, down south, that's where you'll see a lot of the models. So like the Giselle Bundchens, they live down there. So if you want to find that type of woman, curious about that, go down south of Brazil, you'll find it. What's also cool, a lot of people don't know about this city, Balneário Camboriú.
Oh, BC.
Yeah, BC, man.
Oh, the beach is there.
Yeah, man. So it was like an hour. It was an hour 15 away. I got an Uber ride there. It was only like $30. But yeah, man, that's crazy.
That's a hidden gem.
So you've been?
No, but I heard of it.
Oh my god, yo! When I tell you, yeah, the city. So when I go there, all you see is Ferraris. You see Rolls Royce driving through. I'm like, it did not feel like Brazil. It felt like Miami. And the coastline, granted, the beach is horrible. The sand is horrible. But I'm telling you, that city made Miami It was just like, yo, this is giving Miami a run for its money right now. Like, it's money here. It's money. Like when you drive up, because I went at night. Because I'm a DJ. I like clubs. I went to this one club, and we're driving that night. I'm like, yo, what's up with the skyline? He's like, yeah, man, we're in BC. All you see is skyscrapers. Did not feel like Brazil at all, man. Beautiful city. Beautiful city. Again, you'll see the Giselle Bundchens there. And mass. And people got money down there. So, yeah, you rolling with millionaires around it. But they still embrace you, man. I never had a hard time. Like, yeah, it was a good time.
Let me catch the super chat real quick, man. Mr. Wonderful with a $4.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. He says, BMT, do you plan on having a Medellin meetup? Yes, I do. We are having a Halloween party at Vibes, man. Costume contest at Vibes this Halloween. So if you're there, if you're in Medellin, make sure to pull up. I want to welcome to the show my guys, Denny Dixon, and I believe is that the social loner? Hold on.
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Okay, yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you loud and clear, man. What's good, guys?
Hey,
everybody, nice background, mic'd up. Okay, we moving. We doing it big. We doing it big today.
I gotta fix this side over here.
No emoji icons today. We doing it big.
I can switch it up if you want.
Nah, man, you doing good. Doing good. So what's going on, guys? I started with you, the social owner.
Nah, I mean, yeah. So I had made a comment about the racism and colorism in Brazil. Okay. I had put that comment up there because I've noticed it in several places that I've been. Now, having passport privilege, which I tell a lot of black men that we do have when we travel to a lot of these countries, even Poland, Ukraine, most Turkey, all these countries, as soon as they realize that you're Black American, you do get a little bit of a different treatment, similar to if you would get something in like a DR. A lot of the guys don't, and I try to always make that argument. People say, no, there's no racism, there's no that. You're not going to experience it the same way somebody that lives there day to day. I remember I was in Sao Paulo, and I took a girl, a Cuban girl. She's Cuban, but she's doing work over there. It looked just like us, darker than me, which is saying a lot. But we was over there, and we just sit in this restaurant, and I don't be thinking none of it because I'm used to slow service, even in the States. But I'm sitting there just waiting for him to come talk to me, and nobody's coming to talk to us at all. Bro, we're there for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm not even really noticing it. I'm just like, she's like, it's because we're Black. And I'm just like, you sure? But then I noticed, I tuned in. I noticed sooner any white Brazilians or anybody that's more like Eurocentric features, let's say colors, sooner that happened, they were just getting seated, menus, everything quick. And I was like, wow, even though I was aware of it, but I wasn't even paying much of attention. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And the moment the guy could walk by, I'm like, hey, can you help us? And he heard my Estados Unidos accent, my American accent, bro, completely changed. Grab the menu real quick. You need help with anything? Show me out, answer our questions, start joking with me. The 360, 180 change that happened was crazy. And you guys had said a story about I think he said it about like how certain countries, especially Eastern Europe, because you have a lot of African individuals that go over there to go study, and a lot of them pretend to be American, and I understood why. Because I was in what was I at? I was in Ukraine, and I was in a club. I was in Kiev, and I was going to a club, and I come to the door, and the guy just looks at me in disgust, not even want to talk to me. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sitting there for a little bit. Finally, the lady at the ticket counter, she says, let them in. She gave like a gesture to let them in. I don't understand what they were saying because they were speaking either Ukrainian or Russian, but you can understand somewhat of a. And he said ID. The moment I showed this dude my ID, things 180. Oh, my friend, come VIP, taking me into a VIP section, which is just a dance floor, but a level up. It's weird, but everybody started treating me completely different. And I was dancing with some girl, and she said, where you from? Like, from the States. I'm from Philadelphia, but I just tell everybody I'm from New York because I got tired of trying to explain exactly where I'm from. It's a whole conversation I ain't got time for. So it's a whole conversation I got time for. So I'm like, yeah, New York. She goes, oh, there's some other New Yorkers here. As Black Americans and even Africans directly from, the continent, we can somewhat tell each other apart. You know what I mean? We can. When I look at a dude wearing those kind of sandals, and there's different things we do. And the moment I look at these dudes sitting at this little table, I'm with a couple girls, a couple baddies, I knew they wasn't from the States. There's a whole different vibe that you give off. And they looked at me and they could tell that I'm from the States. Because again, you can recognize each other. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, where in New York y'all from? I started, feeding, because I'm verified. They see my passport. So I'm verified American. And I started boasting them up. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I think I be seeing you at the Padoga and da and this and this. Oh, I think I know your cousin. Because I know what it's like. Because I had to give them that fake credit because they try to, it makes their life a lot easier when it comes to women, when it comes to moving around, going to clubs. It just makes it a lot easier. And I think part of it is people say it's racism, but part of it, I think it is also when people are coming from a country that they perceive to have less money and things of that sense, they think you're coming to take their jobs. When they see an American, they know we come from a place of greater financial opportunities and things like that. So we're coming there more in a vacation mode, even if we're there, we're probably going to be making opportunities more than taking them. I've noticed that a lot. Because if you go when you're in Ukraine, Poland, Turkey and all that, like the Turks hate the Ukrainian, then the Polish hate the Ukrainians, the Germans hate the Polish, but it's because it's moving. It's the way it's moving economic wise. So that's what I've noticed. But when you're black, they know you're not from there. You know what I mean? We're wearing our uniform. And I tell people your skin color is your passport to the world. It really is. And then your passport, again, is your secondary passport. It can override it a bit because I know some girls, I don't mess with dark skins. Because even when you're traveling as a lighter skinned individual within our black community, there's a differentness that's you're treated a little bit differently than even if you're darker skin and things of that sense. So it's just something I just want to come up and talk about. And I think we should talk about it more because some of us do go to these countries with rose-colored glasses and we're not noticing how we would truly be treated in these countries if we didn't come with the perception of the American passport. The blue.
That's interesting you said that because I did have not as blatant an incident as that, but the first time ever that people were jumping in front of me in line on purpose, like blatantly.
Yeah.
And until I said something, they was like, "Oh shit, he's American or something." Like maybe, I think we discussed this before on a panel one time, Illinois, about how people be jumping in front of us and stuff like that. I'm like, man, what is like? Americans, we don't tolerate little shit like that. We don't. Probably. I always say this. I think that Black Americans are like the most buckiest Black people on the planet.
Well, because we're the back of America, though. We have the back end of America. Like when we go over there. We have a sense of security that I don't think we really realize that we have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's America. Like I don't feel American until I leave America. It's like I tell people that it's very interesting. Like when you go over there, you can feel the power you have as an American. You don't feel it here because we're just Negroes here. So, you know what I mean? But when you go to certain countries, like when I was in South Africa, I was all over there. The moment. Even there, when I was on a plane, I mean, I know South Africa is mostly just white, but when I was on a plane, I don't know why I thought I was going to plane be all black people. It's all white people. I'm like, dang, where are we going? Africa still? So I don't know. I just want us to be honest with that kind of conversation because it's going to help us, put ourselves in a better position. Like when I'm going to DR, like I love DR as an American. Would I love DR if I was a Haitian? Well, I'm Haitian, but if I held just a Haitian passport. It's a differentness in there. You know what I mean?
I gotta speak up on that. When I first went to Spain, that's when I realized like how some countries perceive Black America. I'm not even Black America. I'm from Jamaica, but like someone from America, a Black person from America versus Africa.
Yeah,
they did not mess around with the Africans at all.
Yeah,
they said they were scammers.
Yeah.
I can't speak on that, but
real quick, I want Danny to hop in real quick, man. What's your thoughts on this? Does this happen in China a lot? Because you're like the only brother out there in your city, if I'm not mistaken, right? You're on mute. Hold on, I think I got you on mute. No, yeah, I got you on mute. My bad. There you go.
Okay.
My bad.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah. So if I can piggyback off what the social loaner said, my background is kind of weird. I come from a military family. So I was born in South Carolina, lived in Georgia, went to school in Arkansas. So really, to save time, I just tell people I'm from Texas the same way he tells people he's from New York. I just say Texas. He just keeps it simple because nobody knows Arkansas, and I'm not even technically from Arkansas, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, so I will. You want me to piggyback off of what he was saying about the skin tone discrimination, like between Black people? Well, I mean, among our skin tones.
I don't know if it was about skin tones, but it was just about being,
about being Black, like around the world.
Right.
It's like,
how's it being in China? I think.
Okay, so the situation in China is that African people have a really bad reputation in China. It's like pretty negative because like there are a lot of African people who are like selling drugs, and it's not a lot, but it's like if there's a certain percentage, the way it works in these countries is that if there's like a certain amount of people who do something bad, it's going to make everybody else look bad. So not all Africans are selling drugs in China, but there are enough who are doing it to where a lot of African people got a bad reputation. And in my city in particular, we have a large Moroccan population, and Morocco is very diverse. Like they're not actually African. They're not like dark, like Black at all. They're kind of like Arabic looking people, right? So they have a pretty bad reputation for like, a lot of crazy stuff that's happened in my city. But it's unfortunate because I think in Asia, especially like the countries where it's like not super diverse, like China or Korea, Japan, if you get like some foreigners coming in the country doing some stuff, it makes everybody look bad if they like, get on the news and everything. I will say, like, for me, I do agree about the American privilege. I made a video about this talking about how generally there are a lot of the YouTubers that you see in China, a lot of them are African. And their perspective is going to be a little bit different than like a Black American, because like the social owner said, we do have privilege as Black Americans, and we have that kind of people kind of look up to Black American culture. People copy Black American culture. Yeah, people imitate it because it's cool, and like a lot of people, they just think our culture is really cool. Like I'm in Thailand right now. I just left the go-go bars, and like pretty much they playing all the stuff. They playing all the music that I listened to in high school. Huh?
Sawadika.
I don't speak Chinese, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, basically they playing all the music that I've, BMT and I were both kind of from Georgia. Like BMT's from Atlanta. I was raised in Macon, Georgia. They playing all the stuff from my childhood in the go-go bars.
Yeah, we might be family. I got family in Macon or near Macon.
Yeah, man. Might be probably. So yeah, man. But I'll say this: like, even though like
you in Thailand right now. You in Thailand right now?
Yeah, I'm in Pattaya. Okay. I'm in Pattaya. I just got here yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And I bumped into Travelversity at Golden Tiger Bar. It was Lucky's birthday, his girl's birthday. So me and Travelversity, we did a quick little filming thing for YouTube. So it's cool. But yeah, I'll say a lot of people think, huh?
Now, I was saying, I think somebody had answered the super chat earlier about are there Black American expat communities starting businesses overseas? So you over there now. I think, have you been to a couple of the Black businesses over there?
In Pattaya?
Right, yes.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure Golden Tiger Bar is like Black owned. I went to Kickin' Chicken yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Kickin' Chicken, y'all, amazing. BMT, you did a video on Kickin' Chicken a while ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I sure did. Brother Tommy from Philadelphia.
Yeah, like I highly recommend Kickin' Chicken, y'all. Like, I look, China, like the waffle. I haven't had real pancakes or waffles in years, because in China, like, it's really difficult to find like real, like, authentic Southern American food or anything, or wings and all of that. So Kickin' Chicken, I went there yesterday. It was like, I highly recommend it, y'all. So you in Pattaya, you got to go to Kickin' Chicken.
For sure. Shout out to my dude Wojo in the building. He said go to Tree Time Cafe in Pattaya as well. Shout out to my dude Fish out there with Tree Time, a brother from Cali. He has a business out there as well, a little cafe out there. Yeah, so yeah, guys, I've been saying this for the longest, man. Bro, this is building businesses, bro. They doing business out here.
I love that. We can't just go on everywhere, just spending money and not getting some of that circle back into our community. You know, and I've even within the United States, I watch a lot of black community. The money, the way it circulates, it's just coming and going, coming and going, coming and going.
I was just speaking on that, how money just be leaking out, bro. Millions and millions. They're not even paying taxes on it. It's not coming back to us at all.
At all. There's
all those little gas stations, be making bread, bro. And they never put it back into the community. Never.
One thing I've noticed, and I've been telling people this for years now, is that people act like there's no money. There's no money in the black community. I'm like, yo, there's billions in the black community, but we tend to not control our media or anything. We don't produce. We just don't. And I don't know what it is that we need to come together or do whatever we got to do and make something happen. You know what I mean? I was recently watching some dude, and he was talking about how, you know, certain medias that, you know, it's other people that takes our culture and benefit from it. And then I was having another conversation about this whole Sexy Red situation and how it's not a joke, because as black people, we have our image is very important to protect. We have to protect it. We don't have that kind of leeway that other cultures have, that certain people in the demographic can do something and it's not seen as a whole. When it comes to black people, what I've noticed is that when we do something good, we're seen as individuals. When we do something bad, we're seen as a collective. In other communities, when you do something good, they're seen as a collective. When you do something bad, they're seen as individuals. Kid can shoot up at school. Oh man, that was Lonely Billy. He had no friends. Nobody knew Billy. Some dude shot up in Chicago. All black people. Oh, I'm like, bro, I don't even know Rick.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they've been running that game for.
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
ever since we've been in America, they've been running that game.
Yeah, even the passport movement that happened, everybody was coming in, and I understand that certain people are doing some messed up things, and it was just, you know, they just try to. Once you put it all together, you can destroy it all together easily. You know what I mean? So we have to control our image, and that's something that's very important. And people ask me why I got this whole setup and I don't even have a channel. It's because I got to be presentable when I show up online. They got to see me, you know, like, understand that.
Oh yeah, you got a dope setup, bro.
Yeah.
This mic is nice, man.
Huh?
When you came on, I noticed your mic. I know you. It's really nice.
I just opened a whole YouTube studio in my area because a lot of kids wanted to do podcasting and stuff like that. I'm like, look, I had this whole space, so I just opened a whole studio. I'm like, y'all can come in here, just pay my electric bill because I ain't paying that. And then we cool because I want them to create. I want, especially black young men, I want them to create and give them the guidance to make something and actually have their voice put out there. Men, even within the sector of men just recently been putting our voice out there, our side of the story. So I'm loving all this. The BMTs. I don't know how you mess with everybody. I don't like to name everybody. I was in Bahia with Austin over there and Fred and what's his name? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd. I want to give a shout out to my guy Andre and Andrea, Love Crossing Boys with the 40 million Colombian pesos, bro. Says support black male media. Shout out to you, brother. He had a real good dialogue on Mr. Let Go. I played that clip in my last show, by the way, bro. Mr. Let Go, he really spoke up highly about the Passport Bros and what we're doing as well, man. So shout out to you. I got Big Bass in the building. He said, I don't know if you guys been to Culture, but Culture is in there. It's a real high class breakfast and brunch spot out there in Pattaya, Thailand. I believe it's in the W building, like right in front of the W building. I think it's what we call the W building. Very nice. Brothers own that as well. So yeah, guys are opening up restaurants, opening up businesses all over the world. I see it, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Is that a feature you can have on your app? Like when you go to a certain country, black-owned businesses that it can navigate, help the brothers navigate to?
Yeah,
that'd be a good, because I remember some dude, I was with him traveling, and he was like, he had a vegan app. When he goes to a new city, he just hit up all these vegan restaurants.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
that is dope.
Yeah, he had the vegan ass. We can have like a section that's like, vegan, like black on, tours. Some brother got to have a yacht. I have a brother out there in what's it called, Cancun, doing the yachts and everything like that. So you know what I mean. Keep that money flowing within our community, because again, when we build each other, that means we all gonna. It's gonna be way better for the community, I'm tired of seeing it. I have no problem with other communities, but they got their people to support them. So we gotta support ourselves. We gotta give. You know what I mean? If I even I need a bathroom built in my house. First thing I said, look, I want to see a person that look like me build it. You know what I mean? Now, if you fuck up, I'm gonna have to go to the white man. But you know.
Now, is anybody on the panel familiar with Japan or Korea? Danny, you've been in Japan, right? I think I got you on mute again, brother. My bad. You got the background noise. Hold on, I got you.
It's a good time to go to Japan right now. That yen looking low. The dollar looking good right now.
Yeah, dollar's up all over the place.
That's not good though.
You know,
the dollar can't be too strong. The dollar can't be like everybody think it's a good thing. The dollar, it's really bad when the dollar gets too strong.
Somebody says is there a barbershop section in that app? That's smart too.
Yeah,
real smart.
And locks too. Locks. We gotta get that locks because brother with locks, bro. I was in Thailand. She's like, I can try. I'm like, this ain't no trying situation. I need to
try. Hell no,
bro. No, we're not trying. I went to this one Thai lady. She had incense all over the place. I'm like, yeah, you know what you're doing.
The barbershop shop I go to, they on point. They super on point.
But you got locks though?
No, I got a beard, just a little beard. I don't got no hair.
But you gotta like put people ripping you off. I got ripped off in Brazil to get my locks done, man. This dude charged me $150.
Damn, USD.
So Danny, are you familiar with that though? Japan or Korea?
Yeah. I was in Korea for a year. I just got back from Japan like 3 weeks ago, and my mom was in the army. She did 5 years in South Korea, and she really loved it. I hear way more about people. We have a lot of military in South Korea, so I hear way more about that. But pretty much everybody loves Japan. So if you have a choice between South Korea and Japan, it's probably the safe choice to choose Japan because everybody just loves Japan for the most part. So I'd probably recommend Japan over South Korea.
Okay.
But you can probably have fun in both places. You know, you have fun in both places, but probably Japan is like the most fun, I think.
Man, if you know what you're doing, you can have fun anywhere, man. Put me in the closet, I'll be all right. Like, I think some of the people gotta understand that your personality and how outgoing and how open-minded you are can dictate how much fun you have at certain places. I've been in places people are like, this is boring as hell. And another advice I'll tell brothers, when they tell you when people say they don't like you in a certain country, it's because the women love us. I've always noticed that. Don't go to Ukraine, nobody gonna like you. All the women love me. They just don't want us over there because competition. You can't compete with this melanin, baby. I don't even say, that's what I've noticed. That I have noticed, bro. I was in Germany I got flown out to Germany. That was beautiful. Got flown out of Germany, got flown out to Switzerland. Like,
only thing about Korea, I'm a little hesitant to visit, man, because North Korea is right there, and they just be on one, bro. They be on one,
man.
Well, you go to malls in the States. You go to malls in the States. I mean, like, ain't no more dangerous in the States.
Yeah.
Just saw what happened in Atlanta.
Like, I mean, like, if we're talking about Korea, y'all, like, if we're talking about, like, for guys with, like, Asian women, like, Korean women have a reputation, like, you know, they have, like, the best legs and ass in Asia, you know, so I think if you're into that, you know, you might want to check out South Korea if we're talking about women, y'all. The best legs in Asia, I would say. I don't know if BMT, you probably want me to keep that place a secret, the place that you told me about that, you know, you're talking about they got the work there, you know. I don't know if we putting that public information out there.
Yeah. I'll cash up $10 right now for that. $10.
Yeah, I need some super chats for that hidden destination.
Yeah,
that's a gem.
So save it for that.
Oh, damn, somebody pop a super chat too.
I'll be good. No. I thought this was an open community to share knowledge.
Yo,
man,
so,
I don't want to go in that spot.
Has anyone dealt with any like issues dealing with other African men in general traveling? It happened to me in Brazil, believe it or not.
I haven't had no issues personally, but what happened in Brazil? Let me get super chat real quick, and I'm gonna give it a shout out to my dude Brandon Clark with the $5 super chat, man. Really appreciate that. He's on the app as well. He said, "This is awesome to watch. The whole squad is here today. Keep traveling, bro. Shout out to all the YouTubers as well. Passport Bros for life." Appreciate that super chat, bro. Appreciate that. Now, what were you saying? What's happening, bro?
So Yeah, it was in Curitiba, man. I had a great time this time. But like, went to this club, met with a couple friends of mine, and they introduced me. All of a sudden, it was like 2 black men. I'm like, all right, cool. They're from Africa. Right off the bat, it was just like I could sense it was either jealousy, like resentment, or something. I didn't do anything. I'm just saying hi, what's up, you know? Right off the bat, straight up like resentment. I'm like, what is this, man? I never experienced anything like that. Anytime I ever
and they were
African, straight from Africa. I'm not too sure which country, but straight from Africa.
Yeah, I mean, I've had incidents actually in Brazil when even a couple of Brazilian cats was hating. I remember telling the flight attendant story back in the day. I know you probably remember that one, with the Brazilian dudes was kind of like pressing us to get the German flight attendants. So yeah, that can any situation that could possibly happen.
Yeah, it was strange.
Yo, everybody in the chat talking about some keeping it a secret because some of my cats, my homeboys, they know.
Which one of your homeboys know? Maybe they'll do it. Little shoot. No, but
Drew G says, shout out to you, Dog Nonsense Super J. He says, we waiting for that Tomcat Ali brand to buy. Yeah, that's something serious, bro.
I got y'all.
I hope they still got it. I'll look for it, man. I couldn't find it on Amazon. So that little store you went to.
Yeah, I got you, man. It's I got you.
No, but I see what you're saying though. I had the same kind of situation. I think because when you're a Black American, we're perceived to be privileged, right? We have the cool factor and the assumption that some of us got some money. When people see a Black American, they're like, first of all, people are not knowing Americans for traveling. So they're like, look, this dude either a basketball player, somebody famous. The amount of famous people I've been compared to, I don't even look like him. The only thing we share is blackness. That's it. I'm like, you look just like this dude. And I look, I'm like, this is Will Smith. You know what I mean? Like, no, nothing like it though. So this is a bit of a jealousy because you can't compete with that. You know what I mean? It's like me trying to compete with a dude 6'9". Like, it's nothing I can do about it. But when you go over there, they already know the kind of privilege that you have to be there. So when you're like, let's say me, you and an African dude is standing in a club, right? The moment the girls find out you're from the States, they're gonna come closer to you. But if they're somewhere, they might be cool because blackness is cool certain places. You know, some girls like you because you're Black, but you're automatically above them because you're from the States. You don't have to be better looking. You know what I mean? Unless you're really, really ugly compared to them. But if it's really close, you're gonna win every single time. So I seen it. Like I had it happen to me in Cuba with some Cuban dudes. I'm over there walking, minding my business, chilling with some girls. And the moment there's a lot of girls that come from Finland and all that, they go to Cuba and chill, and some of them just want to mess with a dark skinned dude. They want to see a brother. They want to chase the chocolate. But when they see me, they get the flavor of the chocolate, and they don't have to pay for my shit. Like it's just kind of women want to be taken care of, so they understand we in that way kind of way. So the way I kind of made myself cool with the dudes because they control it. Because I'm here for the Cubans, the Cuban ladies. So when I went over there, we was to a club, and we go to the club and they don't have money to pay to get into the club, but I could peep that. I could peep that they didn't have the money to get in the club. They got to ask the girls, can you pay for me to get in the club kind of situation. So I shake the one dude's hand. I put the money in his hand for him to pay for himself to get to the club. He understood that, look, I'm not here to compete with you. I'm on a different time. You can have these snow bunnies and all that. That's you. I see them all day in the States. The moment they peeped that we're on 2 different times, but they introduced me to every single Cuban girl in there. They were like my wingman in there. You know what I mean? It's just an idea of competition. They understand men naturally compete with each other. You know what I mean? So when you go over there and they know you're a Black American, they know you're going to win out most likely. And you're there on their territory. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I noticed. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before in my life.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So guys, we had that 2-hour mark. I like to kind of keep it on that long 2-hour mark. And I know Reservations has a show to do. Everybody make sure his link is actually at the top of the chat. Make sure if you haven't already sub to No Reservations, make sure to sub to him. He's the Passport Bro version of Fresh and Fit. Can we say that?
Yeah, I don't compete that.
The setup, right?
Don't do him like that, man.
Listen, look, that's look.
Oh, the guys will love it.
Look, my man giving solutions, not dreams. You know what I mean? Look,
but no reservations. Before we go, man, just tell everybody about your show and what you got coming up. And the your new format for your channel?
Yeah, every week I got ladies' night. It's gonna be me hosting and a couple girls from all, you know, it might be from Brazil, might be from Japan, it might be from Germany. I'm gonna mix it up. It's gonna be very diverse every week. And then I'm gonna also have a new segment called Ladies' Night, where it's gonna be all women panel. It's not gonna be me on there as well. And then I'm just gonna have current trends. I'm gonna talk about what's going on in pop culture because you know, I want to be in the mix of things. I want to capture eyes of people who are, you know, the different demographics. So I don't want to leave no stones unturned. And then I'm also going to talk about I traveled for 10 years, guys. So I just got to the big three recently. So I'm kind of enamored with Brazil, but I will talk about other places I've been to, all the other countries, because I traveled for 35 countries or more. And then I also have a concierge service for Rio. So if guys want me to host them from 1 to 2 weeks, I have a breakdown of what you're going to do during the day, nighttime. We'll have a party. I have the ladies provided. It's not that type of thing, but it's basically how you travel safe in Rio, things you can do, all the contacts, all the connections. I'll set you guys up. We'll do cool stuff, man.
All right, man. Well, once again, bro, appreciate you. Another legendary show, like I said before.
It's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to find me. I have to figure out the name, but No Reservations, if you type it in, you're probably not going to find me, but No Reservations Brazil, try that, or No Reservations Rio.
What's the tag?
Well, it's
Like
just
your handle. What's your handle?
Yeah, the handle is I think it's just No Reservations because I got it quick. I jumped on it quick.
Okay, they might be able to find it.
But it might go to Anthony Bourdain. It might go to him.
Oh, well, you got the link on YouTube on your Instagram, so they go to your Instagram. Boom, jump over to that link, right?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure out the SEO is a little. My mentor was like, don't use that name, but I did it, and I was hard headed. But you know, it is what it is.
Okay. But once again, guys, appreciate everybody on the panel. Definitely got to do another show, man. Appreciate it. Delano Music, Flight Madness, the Social Loner. Of course, No Reservations, man. Hey, Social Loner, we got to do a show, brother. Your setup is too dope. We got to do a show.
Cool. I don't be doing nothing. I'm just getting ready right now. I'm trying to figure out what country I want to go to next. So
okay. All right. Well, all right, fellas.
Yeah.
Peace. We out.
Ciao.
We do not care.
Luego.